Let's talk about 10 makeup tips for going on a date. I've been dating my boyfriend for the past 6 years, and at least once a week we've gone on a date since we started dating. So I have this shit down and mastered. Step 1, gua sha. Gua shaing is gonna chisel out your face and give you that sculpted look. Disclaimer, I'm skipping over some of my basic makeup steps just to show you guys the key tips and tricks. Okay, number 2 is primer. You want to make sure that your makeup is flawlessly going on and that it lasts all night. Personally, I like to use 2 primers. I like this Refi Beauty one because it just hydrates all over. And then the Hydro Grip is amazing for really holding your makeup, so I put that on all of the kind of central areas. Number 3, the more natural your makeup is, the better. Using cream products and tinted moisturizers is the best way to achieve this natural look. Also, less is more when it comes to makeup and getting a natural look. Number 4, creating dimension in your face is so important. You can achieve this through contour and highlighting using concealer. Number 5, powder lightly but effectively. I like to use one of these puffs and just go in an even line, and it does it so naturally and seamlessly. If you use too much face powder, it's going to give that cakey appearance, so it's definitely good to be sparing with it. Number 6, cream blushes and highlights give the most natural, subtle appearance. It's the cutest, most natural situation. This is the Tarte C blush. Number 7, make sure you're setting your face after almost every step. This is just a Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Number 8, black waterline eyeliner is literally the sexiest thing you can do to your face. That was a game changer. Number 7, you want to wear more of a lip oil rather than a lip gloss, just because lip glosses can be sticky. Also, this YSL one smells amazing, so if you can find one that smells good, do that too. But see how these leave just a little bit of a sheen, so it looks glossy, but it's not sticky. And number 10, body oil. I really like the Kylie Cosmetics body oil, just because it's so shimmery and pretty. Hold on, let me rub it in. Okay, look at that. It's just the most natural luminous glow. This is bomb for the dates because it's just a natural glow. You're not wearing heavy sparkles, but it definitely catches a man's attention. Let's talk about what to do if you get bored in your relationship. This is coming from a girl who's been in a relationship for 6 years, so I've been through all the phases. If you're freaking out thinking, oh my gosh, since I'm bored, this isn't the person for me, hold up. You guys just need to switch it up, okay? Starting off with number 1, you need to break the routine. It's so normal to get caught in a daily routine, especially if you have a stable partner. If you're feeling bored or stuck, the best thing to do is to switch up that routine. Number 2, set aside at least 1 day a week for a date night. Many couples neglect going on dates because they think you have to spend money, but in reality, you can literally just go for a picnic, go for a walk, do whatever. It's all about making quality time for one another. Number 3, plan a trip together. Having something to plan together to look forward to can literally make the biggest difference. Again, you don't need money for this. Get creative. Go on a camping trip. Number 4, make an effort to flirt. Just because you guys have been dating forever doesn't mean you can't have flirty banter. Number 5, you can start spending less casual time together. This way it'll feel more special when you guys are together. Number 5, I promise this is so not sponsored. We're Not Really Strangers Couples Edition. It just asks you a bunch of kind of personal, deep questions that you can talk about with your partner. Number 7, spice things up in the bedroom. If you're planning on this being your lifelong partner, you might as well get comfortable and try out new things in the bedroom. Number 8 is absolutely the most important tip. Understand that being bored isn't necessarily a bad thing. A lot of times, people that are used to toxic, passionate, crazy relationships get bored in stable relationships. Being in a stable, kind of boring relationship can often mean that you found a stable, healthy partner. Try not to overthink and self-sabotage. Let's talk about how to know if you should stay in a relationship with your boyfriend using my go-to one-time ask rule. So I've been in a relationship for the past 6 years. We've never broken up, and I feel like I've mastered the psychology behind men. So a lot of people get into relationships expecting their boyfriends to just exactly know their boundaries. Obviously, there's the obvious shit don't cheat, but other than that, different boundaries are different for different people. For example, my boyfriend and I started dating at 15 and 16, so we were each other's first, and neither of us really knew the rules because we didn't have a history with anyone else, so we just kind of had to communicate what we were comfortable with. Not to defend or belittle men, but a lot of men just don't really know what's going on. So I like to think of it of training your boyfriend. Your partner's not a mind reader, so they have no idea what you're okay with. What you're not okay with, somebody else may have been okay with. And this could have to do with any type of controversy in your relationship, whether that have to do with nightlife, relationships, communication. Now let's get into my one-time ask rule that I literally stand by. You should only have to communicate with your partner your boundaries one time. However, when you communicate with them, it has to be very clear. It can't just be like a petty comment. It has to be like a whole conversation. In this conversation, you have to make it clear what you're comfortable with and what you're not in terms of that situation. If he has a defense or a rebuttal, it's your opportunity to hear him out, hear his side of things, and see if you want to compromise with him or if you want to stand firm on your standards. Once you clarify your boundary, he should 100% respect it because you guys have decided to move on from the conversation. If he doesn't change, then he's actively disrespecting your boundaries. If a man's disrespecting your boundaries, that's your sign to get out of the relationship because there's a million other people that would respect your boundaries. And if your boundaries don't align, that's your clarification that you guys probably aren't very compatible. This rule is genuinely going to save you so much time when dating. Life is way too short to be lowering your standards like that. And that's just like my foolproof way to make sure I'm not settling in my relationship. Let's talk about why you shouldn't be telling your friends all of your boyfriend drama. Okay, so when you have a boyfriend, obviously your go-to when you have a fight is to go and rant to your friends about it, which is totally valid. Ranting to others can sometimes be the best way to figure out your shit. And not to mention, I'm sure you want to hear your friends' advice because I'm sure you value their opinion. As someone who's been in a relationship for 6 years, I've definitely learned that it's best to keep your drama that happens with your boyfriend relatively private. Disclaimer, obviously if you get in like a major fight, of course you're gonna go to your friends. I'm just talking about all the little bickerments and stuff that are very unnecessary to be telling other people. In my opinion, telling your friends all of this boyfriend drama is setting your relationship up for failure. Okay, people love to talk shit and have negative outlooks on things. It's just the way it is. So a lot of people that tell their friends all the negative drama that happens in their relationship forget to end up telling them about all the good things that happen in their relationship. The more negative things your friends hear about your boyfriend, the more they're gonna paint this like evil picture in their head of him. Even if they don't mean to, subconsciously they're gonna make note of every time you guys fight. The reason this is such a problem is because A, when you're actually like in a big debacle and you need your friend's opinion, they're gonna be clouded by all of the past history. B, I'm sure you want your friends to get along and love your boyfriend, especially if you plan on marrying him. Again, take this with a grain of salt because obviously if you're having a big problem, you're gonna go to your best friends about it and talk to them. However, they just don't need to know all the like little unnecessary shit. I know some people are going to say to this, well, shouldn't your friends know what's going on so that way, like, they can warn you and see past your love goggles? First of all, they'll know if he's, like, bad news, and I just think it's just not necessary to overshare everything because whether your friends like it or not, they're subconsciously going to feel some type of way about him. But I do think it's super healthy to communicate and kind of rant about your problems, so that is why a therapist is perfect. Therapists are neutral. They're going to help you see and like make level-headed decisions. So I think that's a great option if you really do need a second perspective. Don't worry, we've all been there. I'm saying this from like straight up experience. On year 2 of my relationship, me and my boyfriend were having like a ton of problems and I decided to rant about it to everyone and their mother. Well, once me and my boyfriend worked through it, everyone and their mother still had an opinion on my decision. Relationship is for 2 people, and when you rant and bring in outside people, they're gonna start to have unwanted opinions and advice for you, and that just brings in a bunch of people when it should be only 2 people in the situation. This is the final makeup look. Love you guys. Let's talk about rules for meeting the parents. I've been with my boyfriend for 6 years and me and his family are so beyond close. His mom is literally my best friend. Here's a picture of me and my boyfriend's mom. It's just such a blessing to have like a whole second family, so I'm gonna help you guys get that too. Disclaimer, everybody's relationship with their family is completely different, so never compare yourself to your friends' relationships. Your boyfriend can't control who his family is, so work with what you got and try to build a relationship if you can. Number 1, never show up empty-handed. Whether it's flowers, wine, a gift, showing up with something just shows that you truly care and shows the extra effort you're putting in. Number 2, dressed modestly. I feel like this is so obvious, but don't show up dressed for the club. Wear cute slacks, maybe a bodysuit, something that's modest and sophisticated. Number 3, don't do all the talking. Ask them questions about themselves. People love to chat about themselves. Number 4, don't have PDA in front of them. That's just disrespectful. Number 5, don't try so hard to be somebody that you're not. Be who you are and show them why their son loves you. Number 6, always offer to clean up. Now, in terms of maintaining the relationship, number 7, if they're more conservative or strict, make sure to abide by their rules, their roof, their rules. Number 8, try to make an effort to have one-on-one time with the mom. Woman-to-woman bonds are super special, so you have the opportunity to grow a very strong relationship. Number 9, always write cards for special occasions. If it's a birthday or a holiday, it's always way more special to write a card and give a gift rather than just handing over a gift. It's the perfect opportunity to express gratitude. Number 10, don't argue in front of their family. The more they see you guys bickering, the more it's gonna leave just like a bad taste in their mouth. Again, every single person's relationship is gonna be different. Try not to compare yourself and don't have too high of expectations. Gonna finish up the lashes and lips off